Greetings and salutations. Thank you for lending an ear to The Voice of the Times this Sunday, April 25, 2021. For today's editorial, number of COVID cases possibly understated. The daily number of new COVID-19 cases has been declining in recent days, but remains high. Letting our guard down would be premature, as suggested by another metric. We are referring to the number of positive cases from those tested. A high figure suggests that there are more actual cases flying under the radar, so to speak. Recently, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergiera explained that the high positivity rate could mean that testing is insufficient or that there are simply too many cases. Over the past few days, that rate has been around 17%. That may have been an improvement compared to reports in early April, but the World Health Organization or WHO recommends a rate of below 5%. We are not public health experts, but it seems logical to connect the high incidence of cases with the need for even more testing. Other factors support this thinking. First, people with COVID-19 are highly likely to exhibit only mild symptoms or none at all, and so some could be unaware that they have been infected and that they are spreading the coronavirus to family, friends, and other unsuspecting people. Second, people may be inclined to ignore any mild symptom that they develop and forego testing. It is less troublesome to assume something benign such as the common cold or influenza. Entertaining the possibility of a COVID-19 infection could entail costs, and as such might be avoided. Not everyone can be tested for free at government facilities, and private facilities will require payment for any service. The government has capped the cost of a reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction or RT-PCR test at 5,000 pesos. But the price could still be prohibitive, especially if multiple members of a family require it and if repeat tests are needed. Filipinos on a no-work, no-pay arrangement with their employers are also less likely to get an RT-PCR test. An alternative would be to get an antigen test, which is more affordable but less reliable in detecting COVID-19. In either test, getting a positive result may mean foregoing their income in order to be quarantined or to be treated. Even if a worker gets tested once, how many tests can he or she afford to have later? Every time a person reports for work, he or she risks possible exposure to the disease. The average family income, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority, is only 22,000 pesos per month. With that amount, regular testing seems out of reach for many Filipinos. So, do more testing. Given the observations mentioned, it seems clear that testing capacity and access need to improve. The government should underwrite the cost of testing. RT-PCR tests should be free, even for those not compelled to take one under the public health guidelines at present, such as those who exhibit none of the known COVID-19 symptoms. By removing the cost constraint of RT-PCR tests, authorities can catch more undetected cases and contain the disease more effectively. Government assistance can also be more targeted, and lockdowns can be avoided. For instance, those who will have to miss work, even if they are symptomatic, can be identified and given financial assistance to cover the opportunity costs of quarantine or time spent on treatment. Also, testing should be more convenient. That means setting up more testing facilities and perhaps deploying more mobile units across the country. Of course, doing even more tests is neither easy nor cheap, but that may be justified by the economic returns of ending COVID-19 sooner rather than later. Moreover, ramping up testing enhances contact tracing. Incidentally, contact tracers should go house to house, and they should do so often and regularly until the situation is under control. Lastly, we cannot ignore the homeless. They should be given temporary shelters, perhaps in roomy camps that allow physical distancing. They too need protection and access to free testing. Plus, this might help reduce the possibility of transmission. Unless these measures are adopted, more COVID-19 cases may escape detection. Without knowing the full scope of the problem, we cannot hope to end this crisis soon. And that's the editorial for Sunday, April 25, 2021. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print. Subscribe to our digital edition or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And listen to The Voice of the Times.